The theater shooting trial starts Monday with opening statements. The entire trial centered around the sanity of the confessed gunman at the time of the shooting. Well, tonight, Marshall Zellinger is telling us why we will still hear hours of testimony of events happening long before and after the shooting.
The theater shooting trial is not about finding the person responsible. This is about whether this man was sane when he killed 12 and injured 70 others.
It's not about who did the shooting. It's not about how much people have suffered. It's about whether James Holmes knew the difference between right and wrong at the time he was in the theater doing these horrendous things.
But with 12 victims' families wanting justice and 70 others able to take the stand for themselves, how much emotional testimony matters when this case is about sanity?
The defense will argue that the position of the families of the victims means nothing when it comes to sanity.
We know the jury will hear disturbing 911 calls. They'll be shown graphic images. And just as we saw during the preliminary hearing in January 2013, they'll be told where each victim was sitting when they were killed or injured.
The prosecution is going to argue we have a right to present as many of these photographs as we need to for the jury to get a complete picture of what happened that night.
So how much evidence matters? What does the gun on the roof of the car behind the theater have to do with sanity? What about the booby-trapped Aurora apartment and explosives found inside?
The more calculating it was, the less people will think that those are the actions of an insane man.
One element we still do not know about. What did the two mental health examinations determine? When doctors interviewed him over the last 2.5 years, what do those reports reveal?
One of the ways the expert will determine sanity will have to do with the planning and the things he told people beforehand.
For a shooting at Century Theater.
In the end, jurors will have to decide if they believe he was insane at the time of the shooting or if they believe he did know the difference between right and wrong. Marshall Zellinger, 7 News.
Now, tomorrow on 7 News at 6, we're taking a closer look at the jury and what we know about certain members. On Monday, we'll carry the opening statements live here on 7 News. And every day when court is in session, we will have it live for you on the 7 News app.